Alright, shalom. Okay, so here we are. What we did was gathered the leavening and the leaven, put it in the cart. Now, for our understanding, this is how we understand it. That's what we can do right now. The major source of leavenings for us was in the kitchen, of course, so this is the kitchen bag. Barbecue sauce and stuff. And then the laundry bags. Laundry. And then the hair product bags. Now I know what you're saying, why is it? Don't worry, y'all. This is a foot scrub. I know everyone's like, what the heck was that? Don't worry. The reason why is because a lot of the hair products have something called arrowroot powder, and that acts similar to baking powder. This has baking soda. The laundry stuff usually has baking soda. And then these have things like guar gum and xanthan gum and things of that nature. Well, that's where we got the majority of our leavening. Put down in the comments below where you have the majority of your leaven. Alright, check. Alright, here we are in a section of our garden. As you can see, our mustard greens be like, ooh, look at it's coming out of the woodwork and attacking people. So these are going to be our bitter herbs. And if y'all know anything about mustard greens, especially when they seed up, it's going to be bitter. Very bitter. We of course also have this is horseradish dressing. It's horseradish and mustard actually. But I don't think I'm gonna put that in the bean dish. I'm not too sure how that's gonna taste. I'm not willing to risk it. You willing? It's gonna taste great. And these mustard leaves, the remnants of them, go in our little bean dish. All right. Check. One thing I forgot to note is try to pick the leaves, the small tender ones at the top of the thing. I believe that's how it goes anyway. The bigger they are and the more they are at the bottom, I believe the more bitter they are. So mustards are already bitter enough, so try to get the ones at the top. Then maybe more palatable. Alright, let's see what else we can gather from the garden. I think parsley counts. Oh, look at our parsley seeding up. Okay, I'm gonna go over there just so that y'all can see our parsley seeding up. Because remember, this is also a collaboration with Hallelujah Gardening, and I think this is gonna be a first little garden video that you see. Also, hallelujah. You will it anyway. Alright, here's a quick video of our parsley. Look it's growing taller. It's going to collect seed for us. Seed. And guess what else is seeding up? Chives. So this is going to be exciting. Seeds. Chives and parsley seeds. Alright. Got work to do. Okay, last but not least, we have, of course, the matzah. Now, again, remember everyone, this is a day early, so we have the Passover and is Saturday night, and you eat matzah with the Passover, and then that next day would be the festival of matzah, and then you count 7 days. So we have both the regular matzah, or not regular matzah, the store-bought matzah, but also we're going to do some homemade matzah. Now, it's best to do this when you're in a hurry. You don't want things to rise. Put your oven on to, what, 425 I did? 425. And it's just flour and water. Now, don't let it sit out too long or else the leaven from the air is going to get to it. So, maybe you will, and I'll do a video on how I do regular flatbread, which is flour and water, but I pour the flour into the water. This is also flour and water, but I'm going to pour the water into the flour. I know it sounds strange, but that way I'm thinking that the water, that the flour and the air won't mix up too much. Whereas in the reverse process, in terms of adding the flour to the water, you're having the flour and the air mix a lot. So you'll see in a second. You will. Okay, bye. Alright, this is a weird setup, but just so that you can see what I'm doing. So in the pan here, we have the flour. So we pour in the flour first. Now, you're going to see what I mean. While the flour is in here, You're gonna take a cup of water and pour it into the flour and then start mixing. You see what I mean? I would do this exact same process with flatbread, except rather than have a bowl of flour mixing in water, you have a bowl of water mixing in flour. So you're just going to do this until you get a pancake-like consistency. And there's a lot of recipes online, and I've tried them, and for me, they all do not work. Like, it turns out so burnt, which I'm pretty sure is me. So we'll see. I've never done it this way either. I haven't done it this way. I've done it this way, but not successfully. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if this method works at all. Okay, so we'll be back, and you'll see what I mean. You will. Okay, so here we are. This is what it looks like. Kind of reminds me of pancake batter. It's still kind of lumpy. We're going to try to get those lumps out, but you have about, on the recipes that I did like is that when they give you the time, so they said you have about like 18 minutes to mix it. Now their dough is really thick to the point where you can knead it, you know. This is literally like water. This is water. Still lumpy, see. So got some more mixing to do. Then just pour this out into a pan. Put it in the oven. Let it cook. Now what you do want to check is that when it solidifies, start to poke holes in the flatbread in the oven. That way it won't make a bubble. And if it makes a bubble, you should be okay. It's just the hot air getting in between the mixture here. So you will see what I mean. Okay, forgot to say a few things. Once it's all mixed up, add salt. We use bread flour here, and I know what you're thinking. Bread flour, doesn't that have, you know, leaven in it? It's just 100% wheat flour and 100% barley flour. So we took a look at that. So if you have bread flour, make sure it doesn't have any leaven in it. I put pepper in mine too. I know what y'all thinking. Pepper? What's this girl doing? I like it. And Italian. Okay, so now it's time to pour it in your contraption. Put it in the oven and let it cook. Oh, also grease. Try if you have coconut oil. As we always say, grease it with coconut oil since it can withstand high temperatures. That oil and red palm seed oil can withstand high temperatures. Okay, and here it is in its container or in its baking sheet. And just so you can get a sense of how thin it is. This is literally how thin the item is. So here's my finger. Look at that. It's not even the width of my finger because it ends right here. This is just a shadow. That's it. Lift it up here, see? So pretty thin. You want to, all right.